Right. I know you've been through several in your career. Do you have to shift the mindset from regulation to overtime to shootout as a goaltender? What's it like going into one?
Not really. I mean, the mindset stays the same. Don't let them score. So I think, obviously, it wasn't quite like we drew it up, but you get put in those situations and you just want to. It's the same thing as any time in the game. You want to give your team a chance to win, and fortunately, we were able to get at some big goals by our Nuge and Turi there to cap it off.
What's your favorite thing about facing a penalty shot or a shootout shot?
I don't really have a favorite thing, to be honest, about anything about to do with a shootout or a penalty shot. Someone I know might think differently, but it is what it is. It's fun for, I think, probably the fans more than anyone else, but in the moment you're just trying to keep the puck out of your net.
So when you're the guru of NHL rules and tie breaking, would you extend the overtime?
That'd be fine with me. I mean, it's 3-on-3 is not the easiest thing either for a goaltender, but it's definitely exciting. So I think it's obviously that's not up to the players to decide, but 3-on-3 is definitely an exciting part of the game for sure.
How much pre-scouting do you do on other players' shootout moves or what they might do? I mean, I know you might not even get there, but do you have anything going in, or is there any quick conversations on the bench, things like that?
No conversations. I don't like to watch too much because there's so many good players in the league now that are finding different ways to score goals. So I think if you get wrapped up in too much of that stuff, for me personally, if you're anticipating one thing and they do something different, you could be on different, in a different corner than they are. So it might not turn out very well. So I just try to play every shootout like it's the first time I've seen them and have an idea kind of what they do, but try not to put all your eggs in one basket.
Do those you guys do that shootout drill, the elimination drill, sometimes at the end of practice? Is that good practice for you, or is the rhythm of that so much different than what happens after a game?
Yeah, it's good practice till it gets about to the 12th or 13th player, and then it kind of gets old. But no, it's there's something to be said for it. Obviously, it's like anything else. If you practice at it, and hopefully you get better at it. But I mean, it's different when you're facing different guys throughout the league that you don't see all the time also. So it's just you're trying to be patient there and trying to be big, and hopefully they either miss the net or shoot it at you.
I just want to ask you about two specific plays from the game last night, one in the third period, one in overtime. The goal that made it 2-2 for them, what was your read on that play?
I knew you were going to bring that up. My read was I didn't see it. And so if you don't see the puck, usually it doesn't, you're hoping it hits you at that point. But for whatever reason, it kind of flashed screen there and just kind of lost sight of it for a second. And I think we all know what happens if you do that as a goalie. You'd like to see the puck for the majority of the game out there. And when it doesn't happen, you're just hoping it hits you. And at that point, I just lost it at the wrong moment and ended up being in the net. It's not a goal you like to give up, but fortunately, we were able to overcome that and get the win.
And the other play, same question, but about the save on Pearson in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, he's an unbelievable player, and you're just trying to, I think that play was just you're trying to outweigh him and trying to be as big as possible, and I was able to make a save there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Mike,
I think we ran out of time there. You guys are good.
Reed asked me to ask a couple more. We were joking around upstairs yesterday that you were playing like you were 38 again. Is it the off season that is the key to this? You're just a guy who's young at heart, good genes. What's?
I'm not quite sure how to answer that, but I'm a competitor. I feel like I still have a lot to give, and I feel like I want to be a big part of this team and why we have success. And to do that, you want to have a good start. And I think it's obviously off season is a time to, kind of tweak your craft a little bit and get healthy and, kind of figure out ways that you can get better. And fortunately we got off to a good start and got a win in the win category, and we can kind of build on that.
A lot of new pieces to this team. We saw, all of them in action yesterday. From your perspective, what did you see about this team?
Yeah, obviously, a lot of new players in our lineup, so I think there's going to be maybe a bit of a feeling out process, and obviously with fans being back in the building, I think there was an energy that hasn't been there maybe in the last, especially last year, but it was kind of nice to just get onto the ice and, have somewhat of a full building and to feel that energy that's back, with people cheering for you. I think it definitely helps. It's kind of, to be honest, the last year and a half or so with no fans has just been a fog. When you're going out there as a player and as a guy that's been around a long time and played with fans throughout the course of my career, I think it's unique not to play with them, and you kind of just, zone out the rest of the building that's around you, and to see people moving around now and cheering and back to the way it's, supposed to be was definitely got the juices flowing again, and obviously with that comes, some nervousness obviously, and some excitement that, can either help you or hurt you. And I found that maybe our group had a little bit of both last night. But when you come out on the winning part of that, I think it only helps our team and gets us off on the right, the right path, and something to build on for sure.
I was going to say, with all the new pieces, everybody talks about how important the start is, but you guys were 3 last year and you recovered just fine. But with a lot of new faces and a lot of new players, is it important to get out of the gate just from a gelling and chemistry standpoint?
Yeah, absolutely, and winning's contagious. So I think anytime you can have a good start to the season and new players in the lineup and are big parts of why our team's going to have success this year is, can't hurt at all. So I think obviously, adding the pieces we did and then contributing like they did last night on the scoreboard, but playing big minutes for our team, all those players are going to play important roles for our group this year. So I think obviously a big step in the right direction. You can't win 82 if you don't win the first one.
Hey Mike, just coming back to the shootout, obviously Connor, Leon, and Ryan are slam dunks, but Kyle Turris wins it in the 5th round. Who are some other dark horses on the team?
Well, I think we saw Tice score a nice one in the preseason, so I think he got a shot last night, but didn't have the same results. But he's definitely a guy that's got some mitts out there. And Turri's a guy that he can score when he has space to do that. And then the shootouts obviously doesn't have, there's no pressure to, from anyone else out there. When he gets an open shot, Turri's, got one of the best shots in the league. So I think, we have lots of players that are capable of scoring shootout goals, and hopefully we don't get in too many of those this year. But if we do, I'm sure we'll fare okay.
And then Travis Green was just talking about how Vancouver was trying to keep the puck away from you specifically. That was part of their game plan. What's it like knowing that you're kind of in the heads of the other team?
Oh, I mean, I think I've heard that for the majority of my career, so it's nothing new. I think it's definitely a part of my game that I feel is a big part of helping our team out, and knowing that you're facing teams that don't want to give you the puck. I think it's definitely, especially with the trapezoid and everything that happens, it's tough to dump pucks in areas that I can't get to. So I think it sets up well for a team that we want to play the majority of the game in the offensive zone, and whatever I can do back there to help out that is just a bonus.
Take one from New Zealand. Jack Michaels, go ahead. Mike, I just have one. Your teammates and coaches talk about you being a leader and bringing a certain factor. I'm wondering at what point in your career did you start to feel comfortable in that role and kind of embrace it and welcome it? Because it's not always a goaltender that's talked about that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been something that I think you earn that by playing, years in this league, and you earn that by not only, if you're going to talk about it, you have to go out there and back it up too. So I think it's something that is important that you're taking care of your business first and foremost, and then if you have something to say or a comment to make, you got to make sure you're putting your money where your mouth is too. So I think it's a balance that I've definitely learned a lot about throughout the course of my career and different teams I've been on, and kind of how to control that and to do my job at the same time and not get engulfed in it. But obviously it starts with going out there and doing it, and that's the main thing.